Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAAERAEs Review. Well, I'm going to be talking about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 5, Episode 16. Woo-wee! Every episode has been an episode. Okay. Woo, child. I mean, Lisa, don't see it for Whitney at all. At all. Meredith, don't see it for Britani at all. Child. Meredith don't see it for Britani at all. Baby, I got something to say about this episode. You want to hear it? Like to hear? Here it go. But before I go there, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you. You know what I'm trying to do. Ooh, okay, now, child, we still in Puerto Vallarta, day 4, child, day 4. And this whole episode was in one day. The way that they got it. I thought it was multiple days, but anywho, day 4. I'm like, I mean, okay, before I get into the episode, it's like, if I ever be involved in a reality show where I'm filming with women that I'm getting to know, or some of them I may know, or all of them I may know, and we have to, argue, fuss, and fight about stuff, I just don't. And they use the B word way too much for me. I know I wouldn't survive after the first B word, because I don't do the B word. That's just how I was raised and where I'm from. We don't use the B word like that. We just don't. What's up, aunties and unks? Yeah, 70s baby. It's just things we don't condone. I mean, I mean, you can call me everything but child of God, almost. But that B word, it just does something. It's just B word, N word. You can even call me a see you next Tuesday, because that don't faze me. Like, girl, what? It might in an argument, but it don't move me like the B word and N word. I'm just saying. Pretty much you can call me everything else. I mean, I guess I'm really secure. And don't talk about my mama. That's something else. Some people say it's childish and whatnot, but That's just how I feel about mine. You can't say nothing bad about nobody. And just focus on me. I would advise you not to go beyond me when you want to get my gander up. Just focus on me. Because, I got a long reach. I'm tall and long. So, listen, you're going to need them bodyguards or some Love and Hip Hop if you want to. Listen, I believe I condone violence. It ain't like I'm going around, saying, yeah, beat them up. No. But sometimes people do need to be slapped in the mouth. I know I've said this before, but again, sometimes people need to get slapped or socked. I'm sure. Y'all know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right. I'm just saying. Listen. Could I ever go on a reality show? I don't know. It's just what we typically see on these housewife shows and carrying on. Married to Marriage. I mean, it's just, first of all, well, it's listen, I would have to know who I'm filming with. Who am I filming with? because I don't do surprise pop-ups. I don't do that at my own house. You can't just pop up at my house. I don't care who you are. You need to call first. Can I come by? Sure. But don't be popping up here, excuse me, thinking that you're going to come in and whatnot. Child, you will think ain't nobody here. With all the security I got, I can see who coming. Actually, I can talk to you from wherever I am, as long as, I'm tuned in and locked in. But yeah, nah, the way they be going at it, how much money you paying me? Because I may be involved in something depending on if we starting off at 2.8. Well, okay. But like I said, no B word, no N word, and don't focus on nobody in my family or friends. Focus on me. Keep it all on me. And I mean 2.8 after fees and taxes. Then yeah. Let's go. But nah, they doing the most for whatever trinkets they getting. I guess if they want to be, Bravo celebrities, whatever the case. All right, so I think I said enough. Day 4, Puerto Vallarta. And Meredith got her cornea scratched. That Louis Vuitton eye patch, baby. Yeah, was that Louis Vuitton, child? Oh, I love me a good little girl. You can't go wrong with Louis. I don't care what nobody. I got a few pieces of other luxury brands, but it's that Louis Vuitton, baby. Ooh. That's all I look at. I mean, yeah, and really, I've been looking at Dior stuff and Chanel stuff. Yeah, it's all right, but it's just something about that Louis Vuitton that got me going, baby. You can tell I'm smiling because I got quite a few of them pieces, child. I mean, I'm just saying, jewelry, bags, wallets to match. Do I have an outfit yet? I'm working on it. I got me a couple of outfits that kind of resemble, but I wasn't out there trying to mimic. It just so happens that you can wear your highs and your lows. You know what I'm saying? You can mix up and look real cute. I got a couple of outfits that kind of resemble a couple of patterns, but I wasn't trying to fake it. It just like, oh, that's cute. I want that. But do I have any real pieces? Like, no, just jewelry and bags and purse. I got some shoes. I get some shoes. I gotta go check my shoe closet, child. I gotta make sure. Anyway, back to the show. Enough about me. Yeah, so Meredith is really cute. Louis Vuitton eye patch, and she said to Heather, who met her at the breakfast table, they both kind of, Meredith looked like the dog dragged her to the table. She was hair, and I think she just ran her fingers through her hair and looked like. But yeah, she told Heather that she scratched her cornea, the right one. Now, I've had my cornea scratched and I couldn't function. It was hurting. I had to put medicine on it. I had to go to the ER and it is so excruciating. Oh, just thinking about it, making my eye water. Look, I'm dabbing. Oh my goodness, just to know what that felt like. Oh, child, I don't know how Meredith made it through that thing, but she looked like what she been through. Because I don't know how she was. I don't know. Some tell me her cornea wasn't scratched because, I mean, constant eye watering and constant putting medicine on it, and it was just you couldn't put nothing over your eye. It was just something. Oh my God. Anyway, bless her and her eye. So yeah, her and Heather talking, and Heather was, appalled because the night before Meredith was yelling at her. But like I said, Meredith is still holding on feelings to last year's reunion. Everybody blaming her for stuff that Reality Von Teese, aka Monica, did, and they didn't apologize to Meredith because they trifling. And I'm team Meredith on that. Like, people yelling at me, blaming me for stuff. F y'all. That's pretty much where she was coming from. But she apologized for yelling. And I'm like, nah, Heather, Because like I said in the previous review of episode 15, Heather was going around bad mouthing both Lisa and Meredith, insinuating, not insinuating, saying that the infidelity was on them in their marriage, but that's not what Heather told Meredith, as Meredith was trying to get down to the bottom of who was saying this about her and her marriage. It's probably gonna come out in the reunion, and if it don't, that's just something else that's gone under the radar. But I know what I know what Heather said. I remember. That's why I said it in my review for episode 15. No, Meredith, pay attention. Run that back, Meredith. Run it back. Listen to what she was saying. They was at that table telling Brahman stuff. When Brahman was, upset that Meredith and Lisa pretty much insinuated that the problems in her marriage, the infidelity in her marriage with Todd was that, it was her not wanting to break down her walls. So it was just a whole lot of stuff. Anywho, back to episode 16. So pretty much Heather got an apology, but I didn't really hear an apology, but who knows, child. So I was thinking about episode 15, to be honest, when they was running back this scene. That was pretty much it. Next, we see Heather. She plays a prank with everybody, excluding Lisa. Pretty much everybody had on the black wig, and when Lisa came down, everybody was like, hi, so they're going to be Lisa for the day. Okay, that's cute. Until it wasn't, child. So they go to breakfast, and they're all making fun of Lisa, looking like Lisa. And when it was Whitney's turn, child, Lisa don't see it for Whitney at all. So it was Whitney's turn, and she was pretending like she was going to take the clothes back. She had tags on clothes, tags on bags, in her phone. Pretty much everybody was in their phone, because that's what Lisa does, taking selfies and carrying on. But Whitney took it there, and then Lisa just said, that's not true, and you're a liar. You know how Lisa and Whitney going, child. So pretty much it was almost a wrap after that. Pretty much said, Whitney said Lisa is fake after being asked by Lisa. I mean, you asked the question, and Whitney ain't scared. Then Lisa stood up and grabbed at Whitney's wig. Come on, take it off. You're not going to be me. You're a lying bitch. I'm like, wait a minute. Whoa. You grabbing that, folks? I would have, I ain't going to say what I would have did, because I wasn't there. I ain't even going to go there. But Whitney did grab Meredith's phone. See, these some grabbing heifers. No, you can't be grabbing nothing from me. Nothing on me. See, that's what I'm saying. This reality show, they be doing way too much. They must be getting paid a whole lot of money, because you can't grab nothing on me or from me. Like when Uber grabbed Aaron's glasses off. Ooh, but that was so wrong. That was Real Housewives of New York City last year. Yeah, Uber was wrong about that, girl. Uber girl. But no, we're going to come back to Salt Lake City. So yeah, Whitney got chewed out. And then Britani chimed. See, every time she chimed in, she get red for fifth. Now, so after all that back and forth between Whitney, pretty much Lisa threatened to sue and take Whitney's new house if Whitney keeps, talking lies. What's that called? Slander. When you defaming someone's character and carrying on and telling lies about somebody. Girl, I'm so sick of Lisa threatening to sue somebody and getting her lawyers on people. Girl, if you don't go somewhere with all that. Woo, child. But send her a cease and desist. Don't say nothing else lies about me unless you got proof at the time. Because other than that, I ain't got nothing for you but litigiousness. Is that a word? Anyway, so like I said, Britani chimed in. And Mary didn't like it. I don't even remember what Britani said. It wasn't even important. But Mary reminded the group of Britani's recording. Pretty much Mary was shutting her down. Oh, be quiet. We're still, I didn't forget. I'm not going to let the group forget either that you were recording everybody. Just be quiet. Oh, my God. then she runs. I mean, they laid into her. I mean, they were trying to get over it, but Mary was like, I ain't got over nothing. I ain't forgotten. They can act like they forgot, but I ain't forgot that she was recording everybody, girl. Just be quiet and hush and be lucky that you still here. Oh my God. So then, she cries because her feelings are hurt. And guess who runs after her? Mary's best friend. Mary felt the way. So here we go. Now she mad at Angie for running after Britani, child. So after all that debacle, they come back and Heather's there too. I think it was just Angie and Heather running after Britani. So they pretty much cheer Britani up. Did Lisa go too? I don't know. Maybe Whitney went. Anyway. So there's two groups. So one group is making ceviche and the other group is horse riding. And some people don't like the horse riding and some people are astonished at how ceviche is made, but they're using not just certain type of fish. They're using sea bass, baby. That's my favorite fish when I go somewhere. I like to, whenever I go out to eat, like for instance, when I travel, right, I will pick certain restaurants that are, I like to have a real nice meal when I go somewhere. And I will pick a place where, there's a dress code because I always, pack an outfit to go out to eat in. I like to experience, nice restaurants and just have a real good time, whether I'm with someone or not. And so I like to check, see if they have Chilean sea bass on the menu. And if they do, child, I like to see how they cook it. One spot gave me a tiny slither. I was like, is this all the sea bass that you serve? I was shocked because it was a slither, like salmon. I'm like, what? Sea bass is a square, a nice chunky square, like the size of a chicken breast you would get from El Pollo Loco. It's like that size, and it's a nice square. And depending on the restaurant, they may leave the skin on at the bottom or not. I don't know if that's called something, but it and seasoned and served over whatever and with whatever. But yeah, they use sea bass. Ooh, I know that ceviche was off the chain. Now I gotta find out where they went because if I ever go to Puerto Vallarta, I need to go over there because they got sea bass ceviche. Yeah, I want the ceviche. Yeah, please, ceviche and some guacamole, a few chips, some rojo salsa, just a little sprinkle of stuff. Ooh, have you ever went to STK? They have the best appetizer. That's the first time I've ever had caviar. And they have caviar on top of deviled eggs. OMG, it was so good. I can't wait to go back to STK. I think I was there last year. Anyway, OMG, you have to get that. You will thank me later. STK, deviled eggs with the caviar on top, baby. The bomb. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, Brittany getting ready for filth. Oh yeah, so after all that, they have two groups. One group is making ceviche with the sea bass. Ooh, and then some other people are going horseback riding. And then the last night's dinner, child. The last night, a whole lot went on that last night, child. Angie is ignored by Mary, and then they pretty much have out their. Mary pretty much lets her know why she's upset because she ran after Britani, someone who, disrespects her, and Mary said that, and it was so touching, that she doesn't like it when people abandon her because both her parents did. Her father abandoned her at 6. He just left. He said he didn't like her because she was very opinionated and he never returned. Oh my God. She didn't say he told her, but she did say that's what he said. So I'll just have to guess that's what he said. She heard him say it. I'll just say that. And then she said her mom too. And we all know from season 1 that her and her mom didn't really get along after her grandmother passed and left Mary the church and everything, and Mary married her grandmother's husband. So Robert Jr. is what, 22? So maybe it's been roughly 23 years, maybe 24, that her and her mom have been estranged. But she did say when she met Britani for the first time that her mother pretty much, didn't really care for them when they were growing up and they had to fend for themselves. So no telling, child, with folks. It's just, anyway. So she spoke of abandonment issues and how she didn't like being abandoned as Angie did, how she felt Angie did that to her because, Angie went after, an enemy. I don't want to say enemy, but I just say enemy for word's sake. And so Angie was crying and Mary was crying. Everybody was listening and paying attention. Britani was looking like, at first she was like, really? But then, her face kind of changed, knowing that, there's underlying reason for how Mary brought Britani into their situation. And Angie said she has the same issues. We all know Angie's mom died of an alcoholic addiction, and she felt abandoned by her mother, while her mother was alive, and definitely after her mother's death. So they made up, and that was nice. And then that prompted Meredith to ask Whitney about the Alibaba rumor. And then we all know that the blogger that Whitney was talking to was Adam, I forgot his moniker, but he is a YouTuber also. We heard him talk to her on the phone when Whitney was gathering intel on Lisa. And Meredith, Adam never gave the proof, but Whitney said that he did. And then the bombshell happened. Whitney also had intel on Lisa. And then, of course, Lisa going off, you lying, bitch. So in the midst of Whitney telling and Lisa just trying to cut Whitney off from talking, Whitney was able to get out that she got intel that Lisa was feeding bloggers, details about them. And Whitney said she reached out to Monica, Reality Von Teese, and that's why she's saying this now. She believed what Monica told her. She said Monica had receipts, but she didn't say that Monica exposed those receipts to her. And I'm looking like everybody else, looking like mouth wide open, like, bitch, what? See, here I go with the B word, but I'm just saying, bitch, what? You mean tell me all of what we went through last year, you gonna go to that heifer and shoot what? Heather led into her so good. Everybody did, but child, so pretty much Heather just, pretty much put it out there like, listen, we cannot keep doing what Reality Von Teese did to us. We have to stop digging for receipts on each other. We have enough pressure from the outside. We have to keep this space sacred. And I believe Heather when she said that. And then Heather suggested something that was off the wall. Child, wait. Heather got the ladies together and pretty much suggested that they each go to their phones, find something that the most awful thing that they said about somebody, give that somebody the details to read, whether it's a text or whatever, and that person will read it out loud, and it's like their own burn book that they're burning and that they're going to start all over again. I thought that was the most dumbest idea you could ever think of because it backfired when it got to Lisa. Okay, so let me say this real quick. So Mary went first, gave her phone to Heather. And Heather said it was unfair of Mary to stay, but pretty much Mary said that Heather changed and it wasn't for the best. And, she pretty much stepped on people as she went up and, it changed her because she really liked Heather. I remember that she did like Heather. I think Heather was the first one she invited over her house, maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago. Anyway, so then who was next? So then Britani gave her phone to Mary, and it wasn't nothing. It wasn't even nothing to say. Oh, she said something about how she invited Bronwyn over rather than Mary. I'm like, girl, she always trying to chime in with something. Anyway, and Mary was like, oh, okay. And in the confessional, Mary was like, good. I don't want to go over there no way. So then Bronwyn gave her phone to Britani, and it was very very Bronwyn to read Britani for Phil, but Bronwyn wanted to get to know Britani if she would, accept it. Britani was offended, but that's what they doing. Angie gave her phone to Bronwyn. It was very hurtful, talking about her husband got one foot in the grave, and Bronwyn sucked his cock to get where she is, and she ain't shit. I'm like, oh my goodness. Child, that deserved a little pause. Oh my God. Then Heather gave her phone to Whitney and read Whitney down to the ground. Ground. Made Whitney cry. Bronwyn choked up too. Whitney cried because Heather talked about her business, how her business wasn't selling in her store, and she wasn't shit. Child, Whitney gave her phone to Lisa, and child, that's when it all went haywire. Lisa, so pretty much it was something about a woman that approached Whitney and Justin for a threesome because she had did that with Lisa and John. Child, Lisa ruined the game, went ham. She was irate. As AF, Lisa insults Angie's husband in the process, talking about he doing circle jerks for folks. Angie had to get it squirted out because Angie was like, what? Throwing stuff at her. And then Mary tried to calm Angie down. So Mary kind of followed out with Angie, but Angie was brought back after a while. Lisa Meredith walked out separately. Child, it was a mess. That was the worst thing that they could have ever done. I'm just saying. So next week is going to be the 3-part reunion, y'all. That was Salt Lake City, child. Child. These heifers. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. And don't forget to come back, y'all. Doing stuff all week, putting out shows. And there's going to be some special stuff coming this weekend. Hey, all right, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.